I'm Claudia. Okay, day 3 of vlogging. So, you guys, what hurts today? Everything. Everything. From my eyeballs to my toes hurts. Yesterday was the party, and my niece's party, going away party, and there were 2 points in time where I did lie down for 20 to 30 minutes because I just couldn't go any further, but we were busy from morning till night. I was still doing dishes at 9:30, and I found for me that if I don't stop doing activities about 8 o'clock and let my nervous system calm down, then I can't sleep. So I didn't get to sleep until sometime after midnight. I was back up by 6. I got up once during the night. I'm rolling my sleep into my pain now, but got up once during the night to go to the bathroom because normally I don't drink a ton of liquid after 6 p.m. so that I don't have to get up and go to the bathroom all night long. But I was so overheated. And that's the other thing I don't think I've talked about much. I've talked about being overheated and the temperature dysregulation, but I haven't talked about, oh my God, I'm sweating. I haven't talked about the fact that activity overheats me to the point where I'm sick. And I forgot because it's been a while since I've been that active. And the reason I just kept pushing myself to do more is because it was my 71-year-old mom doing all of it for the most part. Now, we did have people helping set up directly before the party. And then we did have my sister, thank goodness, came back and helped with the putting away of all the food and the stuff like that. But once I overheat from activity, I am dizzy, I am nauseous, I'm just sick feeling. And it doesn't matter what I do, I cannot get cooled back off. It's not oh, I'm a little hot, let me go sit down a minute. No, it is just sick. It makes me sick. I don't even know how else to explain it beyond that. And I'm still dealing with it this morning. Got the fan on down here. I'm still so overheated. And yesterday wasn't super humid, which high humidity makes my fibromyalgia symptoms worse. So thank goodness it wasn't super humid. And it was warm, but it wasn't like really hot. And I was barely outside at all because I was in the kitchen prepping it. The kitchen was hot. Food was going, and I was doing dishes in hot water. I just want to cry because everything hurts so bad. And I knew I was pushing it, but for the better part of the day, it was just mom and dad and I doing everything. So I'm not going to let my 71 and 73-year-old parents do all of the stuff. They were already struggling because dad had put up the first canopy type thing, the biggest one. My nephew'd come down to help, but then the next 3, he's out there working at it by himself in the heat. Anyway, we got through it. The party was a success. And my niece, the one that's the teacher, is the one who also has POTS. So she'd worked that morning at a regular job at Starbucks. And then she'd come back. And so by the end of the night, her heart rate was crazy. And so she wasn't doing well either. But everything hurts. Everything. And I couldn't even figure out where to put icy hot patches this morning. So I'm going to wait and see if things calm down a bit so I can figure out where the need is the most, if that makes sense. Because I can't wear more than one large icy hot patch. I can cut it up and put it on different parts of the body like I did yesterday, but I can't wear more than one because it makes me sick and dizzy. I don't know why, but it does. One, and it's the specific percent that's in the large, because I believe the extra large patches have a bit more of the menthol in them. I think it's 7% versus 5%, and I can't handle those either. They make me sick. So it's such a delicate balance trying to use things, even though they might be a little helpful. Now, this hurts less. So whatever I did to sleep on it wrong, the night before last, I kept that icy hot patch right here all day long, and this hurts less than it. Like, I have a little bit more movement today than I did yesterday, so less hurt. Still hurts, but less hurt. But yeah, my eyes feel like they weigh 10 pounds each. All of this hurts, and I've got numbness right through here, which it's got to just be a pinched nerve. Everything aches. My feet do feel like I am walking on knives today because I was on them too much. So what I'm doing to help with that, because I do have to get some things done today, I have to. And thank you, Alice, for sending me that. I woke up to that this morning, and it's nice to hear someone put into words what you're experiencing. Anyway, I've got the sports socks with the extra. I won't be able to wear them all day, because if I wear them all day, then they hurt more. But to get the things done I need to this morning, I'm wearing those, and then I'm wearing my comfiest sneakers, my softest shirt, because, clothing hurts. And I didn't even want to have to do my hair today, but I've got to film a brooch sale and get it up today. I've got to. So, other symptoms we talked about. I'm so overheated right now. Brain fog. God, brain fog. I don't even know. I don't know. My skin hurts. My back hurts. I don't even know about other symptoms. Diet and water. I drank quite a bit of water yesterday. Ice water. I was hoping it would help with all the heat, but it didn't. Maybe it would have been far worse if I hadn't been drinking ice water. And diet. Oh, goodness. The party wasn't until 3, and we were so full on trying to get everything ready for the party, I did not eat lunch. Now, I did, and I try to do things, I try to bring everything to a more comfortable level. So I don't stand at a kitchen counter and cut fruit and vegetables. I haul it all out to the dining room table, and I sit down. And the chair in the dining room table, at the dining room table that I sit at, has 2 cushions on it. We started out with just one. Cushion got thin from my weight, and it wasn't enough. So we added a second one, and I'm fine with that. Other people come over and take both the cushions off if they're using my chair, but I sit on 2 cushions. So I was able to do a lot of my work right there at the table. I've tried different stools and chairs while doing dishes, and at the level that this kitchen is at, it doesn't work. I had one, not at my last apartment, but at the house before that, where I could sit and do dishes in a more comfortable way than standing. It's not super comfortable, but it was more comfortable. So I had just had grapes by 3:30 in the afternoon for lunch. I had my regular, Mom did eggs over the zucchini pancakes she'd made the day before. So healthy breakfast, but didn't get a snack in, and I had just eaten grapes while I had been cutting up vegetables and fruit. So I did sit down, and so I did have some dairy yesterday because she made buffalo dip, and I do love buffalo dip. So yes, that did probably exacerbate some of the symptoms, although usually dairy doesn't make my fibromyalgia symptoms worse. It just makes my brain fog, stomach, constipation, intestinal issues, gastric issues. Usually dairy only affects me with gastric issues, not fibromyalgia wise. But I let myself have some buffalo dip. And then for dinner, I had an all beef hot dog, and she homemade the coney sauce so that it was healthier than regular coney sauce. And we had sauerkraut and, things like that. Couldn't do any of the desserts because they all had gluten in them. So I just had watermelon. So that was food yesterday. Not too bad, even though I missed lunch. I had late lunch and then went ahead and ate dinner. Okay, so that's diet and water. Sleep, like I said, I got less than 6 hours. Obviously, what got done was everything that I could do to help my mom. Also, 3, 4 phone calls throughout the day, helping my daughter write a resume since she's leaving her current job when they move at the end of the month. Definitely multitasking. I was helping her remember dates of jobs when she finished, when she started them, and all of the things that she had done at each job. She was able to put all of that into an AI generator that gave her professional terms for the things that she'd done, instead of just saying, waitress. Then it listed off responsibilities in a professional, which was really cool that the AI generator did that, but I helped her with that too. Mental health and enjoyable activities. I did not get to do any enjoyable activities at all. None. Mental health. I was too tired mentally to do anything. So yeah, that was yesterday. That was sleep. This morning, like I said, what hurts is everything. So I did want to talk about something that I think is interesting, because when Alice sent me that post, the person in the post that was posting about it said, the doctor said, well, you can't be as sick as you say you are because you're still doing all of these activities. And the response was, I didn't know I could stop doing those activities. You do what you have to do to get through the day. And part of that, I think for me, and maybe this is why doctors don't ever take me seriously, it's multi-layered. It's not one thing. I'm an oldest child, and I'm a female. So if you know anything about oldest daughters, they're always the ones that are going to pick up the reins. They're going to do the things. They're going to keep going until they drop. It's an oldest daughter thing. Also, I was raised fundamental Baptist. My parents both went to Bob Jones University. They followed Dr. James Dawson and Dr. Bill Gothard. Is it doctor or is it Mr.? Anyway, Bill Gothard. If you know, you know. So you are taught to always obey. You are taught from an early age not to fidget or sneeze or make any noise at church, especially since Dad, for a good portion of my very young years, was the interim pastor. So he would travel to different churches when they were in between pastors. And so you walk in and already people are going to turn and look at you because this is the visiting pastor. And then you have 5 cookie cutter children. Mom had the 5 of us within 6.5 years. So a family of 5 is big. And then you were expected to sit there and be completely silent and not fidget and not do anything disruptive, because all eyes are on you because you are the visiting pastor's family. So taught from a very young age to not submerge all that, but stupid brain fog. To suppress all of that. And then because I do, and it's not that I believe that I'm autistic and I'm not just self-diagnosing. I have gone online and taken the test, like the very long tests, and I score high for autism on all of them. When you are, at least for me, my experience is when somebody in authority tells me a thing, I absolutely, especially when I was younger, now I have to make myself question that and go do my own research. But when I was told as a child that children should be seen and not heard, I 100% internalized that and then spent the rest of my childhood being as quiet as possible in all situations. And my mom, from a baby on, called me her little adult. because it was already in my nature to be very sober and serious and always wanted to please and make happy the authority figures around me, and then set the perfect example for my 4 younger siblings. 4 at the time. Later on, my foster brother joined the family, but 4 at the time when I was younger. Always be a good example, because I was told I was the oldest and it was my job to be a good example. So, not only my very Christian strict upbringing, but also I think you combine that with the autistic trait of believing what you're told and thinking that that is 100% the truth for every person on the earth and their experience. Like these were commandments. There was no, I don't even know how to explain it other than that. So in my brain, and I still hear those things. I am 50 years old and I still hear the voice in my head that tells me I need to keep doing this, because then I'm setting the example for my sisters who are here today, because this is what you are supposed to do. You're supposed to get up and you are supposed to help. Which is ridiculous. They're full-grown women too. I don't need to be setting an example for anybody, but that is what the voice in my head says. I don't even know how to explain it other than that. So because from a very young age, I was taught to suppress all of that, or mask. They're calling it masking now. If you're on TikTok, you can see a lot of creators talking about masking so they function in society, and realizing that that's not normal for them, but it's what we were taught, especially women. So I do suppress that. I suppress the pain. I suppress the constant urge to fidget and move. If you're with me long enough, you will see me start to not break down, but I can only do it for so long before then my ex-boyfriend, the one from 6 years ago, absolutely. And he would want to spend time at the end of the day when I'm at my worst. I'm at my limit. So I've had to take off any jewelry that I could have tolerated. Now I can't even tolerate. I wear it for an hour while I'm filming, and if I'm on a live and I'm talking to like Nikki afterwards, the jewelry's already coming off as she and I are chatting after the sale. I cannot tolerate any weight on me at all. But so he'd catch me in the evenings after I'd already put in a full day of work and a full day of mothering 3 teenagers. And, at that point in time, then I had such heavy bleeding. I was severely anemic. And he would get upset with me because I couldn't sit still, or he was constantly putting his hand on my hands going, stop picking at your skin. He also saw me at my not prettiest, because I would have to come home and put on my softest, most comfortable clothes, because I'd had the weight of clothes on all day and it hurt so badly. And it was just an irritation to my skin. And my pain levels would be at my highest, so I wouldn't be at my nicest. I'd be cranky. And he was never understanding about any of that. He was just downright nasty about it, actually. But so I suppress everything. And it's easy to do when you only see your friends once every 2 or 3 months. So you save up energy all week long when you know you're going to be spending time with them. And then it's only going to be 3 or 4 hours that you see them, if that. And then you can hide all of that. Now, with the pain, I try very hard not to show pain, because, hang on. Okay, sorry about that. Dogs were barking. So anyway, I mask the pain to the point when I'm at a doctor's, then I apparently am not convincing that I am in constant pain. That was my whole point. I spend so much time trying to hide how much pain I'm in from my loved ones, because it puts more stress on them to have to, And that's why I've been single. Part of why I've been single for 6 years, because I don't want to put someone else through that. And a lot of other people aren't patient with that either, at all. Okay, so here's what I have to accomplish today. Thanks for sticking around. Don't forget to like it. Oh, and I wanted to address this. Liking my videos doesn't mean that you like the fact that I'm in pain. Liking my videos does help me with the algorithm, so feel free to like and comment and subscribe. I understand that it doesn't mean that you're liking the fact that I'm in pain or struggling. Go ahead and like the videos. What I use the like button for is to let me know that I've seen that video before. If I've given it a thumbs up and it comes across my thing again and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. Oh, wait, I've watched that one. Because, you know, my brain forgets that I have done things. So today I absolutely have to get the brooch sale filmed, and I have to do shipping. Now, I didn't sell a ton last week, and actually it wasn't a lot of glass. So it shouldn't be as difficult as it is. I mean, it's not difficult, but it's more intensive when it's glass because I want to make sure it's cushioned properly. But like, I sold metal trays. So I sold the metal hat pin holder and some hat pins. So not a ton of glass. I did sell a little bit of glass, but so it shouldn't be as hard to do shipping today as it normally is. Usually I would have done it on Friday, but because of the party prep, I didn't. And then the other thing that I'm doing, number one, because it's fun. Number two, because it's needed. My friend Brian is on his way to pick me up because there is a 4th Street neighborhood sale. And this again goes back to the having to choose where you put your energy. I would not have been able to go out for 4 hours and go to a garage sale here, garage sale here, garage sale here at all today. I would not have been able to drive myself even to a neighborhood sale. Brian offered to come pick me up. He's actually bringing me coffee too. And Brian is so kind and understanding that the second that I'm like, I'm done, then he'll just drop me back off. He would never push me to go to another garage sale if I get to the point where I'm like, okay, that's all the energy I can use. So I get to have some social time. I haven't seen Brian since my birthday in May. So looking forward to that. And Brian's such a good friend that he will come over and he will just sit down at my table with me and play cards. I haven't even felt up to that. I haven't even been able to do that. So, so I'm going to get out of the house a little bit and go do this little neighborhood sale and hopefully find some items for Monday's Glass with Class. So that's the plan for today. 3 things I have to accomplish. Although the brooch sale I don't have to, but I'm hoping that, because I'm going to do the enamel flower brooches that are out of my personal collection, because I'm going a different direction in my bedroom, which I'm excited about, but you know, I'll have the thought and it will take 5 months to implement it because I have to do one tiny thing at a time. So I've already gone through all of my poodles and gotten rid of half of my poodles. The collection was too big. You couldn't even see. I like to be able to see the things. What's the point of having them if you aren't seeing them, admiring them, loving them, and using them if you're using things, if they're useful things. So little teeny tiny bit by bit, I am changing things in my bedroom and taking it just a little bit different direction. So it hurts to talk today. And my glasses are steaming up because I'm still so hot. Anyway, okay. So I don't have to do the brooch sale, but I need the money, and I'm hoping that the brooches will sale. Some of them I bought, 2 years ago from other resellers for probably more money than I'll be asking for them. So I gotta do that. Okay. Also, the one symptom I forgot to mention is have a little bit of problems breathing today. I'm not sure why. Not sure if I wasn't even outside for more than, I don't even know. I was hardly outside at all because I was in the air conditioning, prepping food and getting food ready to refill, and I don't know. And dizzy. Ooh, dizzy. gonna be a fun day, guys. All right. Vlog day 3 done.